Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Pretty Unscripted. We are here to talk about Lestat, episode 7, the Vampire Lestat. So let's hop right into it. So we start off with Lestat giving another wonderful monologue. I swear, nobody loves to hear Lestat's voice as much as he do. I mean, I don't mind it. I don't. I do enjoy it. So he's walking through the forest and he's all, having a moment with himself, jotting down lyrics and songs and birds chirping and the leaves against his feet, turning it all into music. We can turn anything into music. And he comes across waiters with a bunch of with stuff for him to eat because he's famished. Okay, all this working hard on his music and looking into the sky and drifting into the leaves. It's got his stomach just a rumbling. He follows these waiters to a table full of Lestats. We got the 5-year-old Lestat that's just stuttering away. You just want to hug him. I mean, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And then you got the teenage Lestat, which I feel like he went through his goofball era. Is it just me? Like, I really want to see what that 16, 15-year-old Lestat was going through. Then, of course, we have Lestat himself, who was his teacher. Probably helped him stop stuttering. If he helped that boy stop stuttering by smacking his hands all the time, I mean, clearly it worked. Some old school, remind me of the nuns. Anyway, we get off topic. He sits down at that dinner, and then what does it do? Transcends us to a whole nother dinner. I would rather go back to the other dinner. Can I go back to the other table? I don't want to be at this table. His mama there, and me and Gabriella we got issues. We got problems, me and Gabriella. Louis there, his lover. I believe that was his first lover that's there. Other heifer, what's her name? Antoinette? She there. I guess, I don't know, on assignment, it seemed like, because she jotting down stuff. So she there to take the notes. What's it called when intervention? That's what it is. It seems like it's an intervention to let Lestat know how terrible he is. You've been trash all your life, and here's why. That seems like that's what's about to happen. So then we jump again to another table. A table where I'm like, can we go back to that table? Every table we jump to, I just want to go back to the last one. I mean, for real. We got Armand talking to Louis. Louis just, all we see is Louis eyeballs. We don't know what's going on yet. And he just, Armand. And Armand, he taking this AA thing real seriously. You know how they make you write letters and ask for forgiveness for people he hurt? He went and apologized and wrote letters to everybody. And now it's Louis' turn. So he confessing all his sins and what his wrongdoings to Louis and saying, hey, this is what I did and this is why I did it. Did I love you? Yes, you loved him. Everybody loves Louis. He's just that beautiful. Yes, everybody loves him. Louis asked him about his body. He like, I can't feel my body. So he turned him around and there goes his body strapped to the chair. Just grabbing at him, trying to get to him, trying to put his head back on top of his body. Then once he done with his shoulda, coulda, wouldas and what he's sorry about, he gonna give that boy a pen and piece of paper and tell him it's his turn. Sir, you know what? Let me close my eyes. Where's the pen? Let me get this. See how well I do. I mean, I would just be jotting and jotting and jotting. The dramatics. Armand is such a, the dramatics of it. He is a theater kid. We forget. Okay? No, we don't. Yes, we do. So now we jump again and we back at the table. The worst table in the world. Okay? I mean, it's not as bad as Louis' table. So, okay, we here again. And now we here with, as I said earlier, his ex-lover, his new lover, Louis, Magnus. I forgot Magnus was there, his maker. You know what? We don't think about Magnus because Magnus is the most trash maker ever in life. Okay? He don't even deserve to be called a maker. And we got Antoinette, and then we got Vampire TC. I was like, I can't tell if I like her or not. And then Claudia. So cheer for Claudia. It's the most important people in his life. Claudia ain't there. Claudia was like, look, I told him everything I had to say. It ain't changing now. It ain't changing never. Okay? If you, your mama, your uncle, your brother, your sister, and Antoinette. She always gonna throw a good dig at Antoinette. Antoinette taking on the chin every time, don't she? She know. Like it don't bother. Yeah, she probably like, I don't care what that 5-year-old girl think of me. Y'all forget Claudia 5 years old in real life, in real time. Oh yeah, his raggedy mama there too. I just want y'all to know Magnus did look that hit in the books, okay? The way they described him, I feel like they got him dead on. Because Magnus was not, he was a hideous vampire. Let's just put it like that. So they here because Lestat is dying, and you know, I guess like I said, for the intervention or whatever, to let him know. I mean, why are they eating? They like eating chicken wings or something. I was like, is TC drinking a Coke? I was like, where are we? Are we in between life and death? What's happening right now? So now they jumping back and forth between Armand and the table of horrors over there, and Armand just grabbing knives and messing with Louis, and it's just shenanigans is happening right now. Louis finally gets something out, and he get FU. He get a big FU out, which thank you. Yes, absolutely. We all can write that with our eyes closed, can't we? I can't stand myself. Then, you know, over there at the house, at the table of horrors, we got Magnus still letting him know that, look, everybody that love you is asleep. Because it's daylight. Why is Danny walking in daylight? Gosh. I don't even think that was in the book. I just want to know what's going on. It seems like in this world, you may only have some hours because what's his name? Armand tell Louis that it's been like 2.5 hours since you chopped your head off. And then even when we get to Lestat, they be counting down too. As far as I knew from the Anne Rice books, can't they be headless for like 2 or 3 days? Like, y'all is on a time crunch in this episode. I could have swore y'all had some days before y'all just kick the bucket or something. I don't know. But you know, they change things all the time. So they flip to Danny, and he going bowling. I mean, like, legit. He about to go bowling. And her mom called him his companion. That's gross. I don't like it. Okay. And Armand he monologuing too. Armand love him a monologue as well. They just monologuing in death. I'm like, Armand, I'm about to go to sleep on you. Oh my God. I don't know what he talking about. Oh no. He bring Claudia in. So Armand brings Claudia in and explains to Louis that, hey, she wasn't really even a waitress, okay? I paid her, okay? That OnlyFans was not working for her. She needs that real money, and I gave her that real money, okay? So Claudia been pimping these fools out. Armand got that mind control, so he was like telling her what to say, and she was just, because he know you. He been your companion for a long time, Louis. So yeah, that's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. He was mind controlling her the whole time. So then they go back to the table of horrors over there, and Magnus, they like basically running down everything he done did terrible in his whole life, which yawn, we know, okay? Let's get to the point. But then I'm not gonna lie, Magnus started talking, and he like, why you even hear Magnus? He like, I am your maker. Oh my God, when I say Lestat sounded like a straight up 16-year-old boy. Remember, you know how you complaining to your mama? He like, I knew you for a week. Who is you? Like, no, sir, we're not gonna play that game. Don't give me that I'm your maker, okay? You gotta earn that. Whole expressions be like, oh my God, when I say I love every bit of Lestat facial expressions all throughout this show, okay? And then he talk about how Magnus set himself on fire, and I was like, I guess this is after Magnus died. I gotta read the books again. Talking about dancing while he was dancing while he was on fire. I remember that in the book. Just then he was happy. Magnus was old. Anyway, he say how he want his mama in the chair because he got 2 makers, okay? Sir, your mama is not your maker. We not doing that. We not doing that. You already banging your mama, okay? That's already problematic enough. So we not gonna have her your actual maker and your human maker, and you just still banging and banging. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, sir. The tortured soul dude over there, that's your maker. That's your mommy. End of story. So they swap seats, and not only do they swap seats, the room swaps. I'm like, okay, now we back in Venetian times. What happened? Okay, so that must have been Magnus' world over there. That's how he liked it. And not this show. Now we back to Claudia crying and screaming and So then Armand goes into explaining how he was looking for her. He took a picture of her from the Baby Blues when they was in the theater company and went hunting for the Claudia lookalike, the Fraudia, if you will. And did he say he found her on Grindr? Like, I felt like that was their version of Grindr, what he said. I don't remember what he said. Did he say Grindr? I don't know. But I don't know. She was going through it. Fraudia was going through it. She was going through it. So, do Fraudia really look like Claudia, or is Armand like messing with Louis' mind for her to look like Claudia? I don't know what's happening, but I think she is a lookalike because he said he was looking for somebody that looked a lot like her. So then he ends up telling him, like, look, we gonna make amends. Louis like, look, just kill me, okay? I don't got time for this monologue right now. And he like, no, I ain't gonna kill you. We gonna make amends. You gonna tell me I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you I'm sorry. And we gonna get on with our lives, okay? Or cut Fraudia head off and sew it on your body. Oh my God, when I say I love that, because fun fact, in the book, Armand actually cut Claudia's head off and tried to put it on an adult vampire back when she was in the theater group with him, because as I said, Claudia is 5 years old in the book. So you talking about a little baby walking around going off on everybody, just looking like this whole scene. I really love it. I feel like it's a nod to the book, because Armand always thought he was a mad scientist or something. I don't know what he had going on, but he chopped Claudia's head off, put it on the grown-up vampire, because vampire you can only attach like vampire limbs to other vampires. So he tried to put her on a grown-up vampire and grown-up woman vampire, which we got a 5-year-old head on a grown-up woman. I don't even want to know what that'll look like. I don't even want to see it. It didn't take. So he had to take her head off. So mind you, I don't know if he could reattach the grown-up woman's head. I don't even know what he was going to do with her head. But he had to reattach Claudia's head to her body and stitch her back up. So now she had these big black stitches across her neck to stitch her up. She did not heal well. I do remember Claudia was like still really sick. She wasn't healed from, the mad scientist surgery or whatever. But then everything came out and then they killed her. So, but Armand was trying to help her. He was trying to help her when he did that. He ain't the scientist he think he is. So now we also got Danny at the bowling alley. We hop back to him playing one hell of a game of bowling. I mean, I just want to see the scoreboard, because he knocking them strike after strike after strike. Lord, yes. Good job, Danny. We go back to in Lestat head in the bag, I guess. Only Lestat can have like a whole dinner party. A whole dinner party in his head while his head is in the bowling bag. Lestat is so dramatic. I love him so much. Comment below why you think Danny is mad, because I don't understand. Like, what did he do? I don't get it. But he stick his head in there. Louis crazy, but talking about you got a hole in your roof. I mean, I don't like none of them right now. But one thing I will say is his mama Gabrielle is defending her baby. She one of them mamas where even if your son burned down the school, you gonna explain. You gonna be like, look, it was an accident. He had reasons to. Okay, he didn't do it on purpose. You do not discipline your son, ma'am. I need you to really discipline your son, because you everything. Nikki talking about you told me you love me. He is like he told him 1,000 times that you love him. Like, Gabrielle, sit down. So just stop talking to me. So now we back with Armand and Fraudia and Louis. Both parts of Louis, and he's still monologuing, okay? And he just explaining. I don't. All I know is I know Fraudia is like, you know what? I would never do it again. I don't know what I got myself into, and I regret every single solitary moment of it. Just to show he not bluffing with what he say. He have old boy. I don't know his name. He asked him his name. Did he say his name was Nelson? I don't know, but he have him take himself out just to let him know, look, it's nothing to me to do this to Fraudia or to you. I already did it to you, technically. We're at the table of horrors again. And they brought Marco in there, one of the famous opera singers. And so they going over Lestat music and basically critiquing every note that sounds terrible or need to be, or mistake that was made. Lestat don't care about none of that music. He really don't. So Lestat has a little well, what's it called? Montage of really his mama. I think he don't like his mama and his mama don't like him. They need to separate and never be together again. Even though in the book, this don't have cover with the book, what him and his mama went through in the book. In the books, Lord, there was just too much going on. So thank you for deleting and not putting in most of that. I appreciate y'all because we don't want to see it. So his mother basically takes him to go see the witches. And I don't know if this is during King James time, but as we know, during King James reign, a lot of innocent women got burned as witches. Just for no reason. Let's be honest. I mean, sometimes people would, if they had problems with neighbors, they would say, hey, she a witch, just so they can get rid of her. I mean, Lord, back in them times was vicious. But his mom said, hey, I took you because Lestat like, why you take me to go see this? And his mom like, look, I took you to go see this because I wanted you to get out of this town. You know, I feel like you're going to get stuck up under my skirt and I need you to get out of here. In the book, it makes, it's more like her explanation is more like, look, I need you to know who your neighbors are. Your neighbors ain't right. These people ain't right. Don't trust nobody because they're allowing you in a second and destroy your life. That's how I took it. So then he starts explaining, like the guy who's like running the whole burning, starts explaining to women, the father favored the daughter. So the mama put some mushrooms in and stuff. So basically it sounded like the father was essaying the daughter and the mama took him out, or tried to, because it did not work because he was right there crying. And so I think that was the mother and the daughter. And then they showed two little girls that used to play with Lestat in his house. And he like, these little girls, these my friends. Why and how and who said that these little girls was witches? Oh my God, I don't know. One thing I did notice is they put gunpowder around one of the little girls' necks. So it shows his mother forcing him to watch because Lestat turned away. He didn't want to see, especially the girls. They his friends, you know. So he turns away and his mom forces him to see the burning. Like, no, you're gonna see this. Gabrielle, I need you to go outside with the trash and sit by the house, okay? In fact, just go away. Just go away. We don't... You trash. And he just calling for his mama. Oh, Lord, when I say Lestat is a mama's boy to the 10th power. So then Louis mentions how he did the same thing to Claudia and made her watch, was it her lover that got burned? She burned somebody. Somebody burned that she loved. I'm not about to go back and watch that or even try to remember right now. It was too long ago and I remember later. So he did the same thing, called it tough love. I guess, you know, you try hard to not make the same mistakes as your parents, but it just gets sucked into you sometimes. You got to work hard, even harder, to push that away. And Lestat is just like, right now. And I already knew. Lestat don't care, okay? I'm sorry. I've been knowing Lestat since I was 14 years old. And when I first read them books, I was sitting there like, really? Is this really getting to him like that? I mean, like, really? But I was like, oh my God, he about to flip out. Because he was just like in a trance for a minute. And then, honey, no. So then we go back to Daniel and Alex trash at bowling, okay? He can't bowl at all. He gonna act like he ain't care. He know he tried all his might to throw that ball. He know he tried. Alex is mad and hate the world right now. Y'all done took my brother and my mama trash now. Like, Gabrielle is your mama. Poor boy. Anyway, we get Raglan. Raglan is like the human Volturi. He a part of a group that want the conversion to happen for some reason, or I don't know. Don't make me read the books again. I mean, this show be trying to make me read them books again. Like, I need like Alexa to just read them to me or something. But I know he's a part of an organization that's like the human Volturi. That's just what I remember them as. Why they wanted to go through, why they want the conversion to happen, I don't know. I don't remember. But they don't, I know they don't expect Akasha. I know that much. I know they ain't see her coming. So now Raglan, that's a nasty name. He going all through his reasoning. He said something about a soul. So does that mean they found evidence that souls still exist in vampires or something? I don't know. They always got to be mad scientists, don't they? Now we go back to the table of horrors. Marius is there. Marius. Anyway, Marius is there, which I'm excited to see. I think it's very unique that they haven't mentioned that Marius is Armand's maker at all. I mean, unless I missed it, I don't think I missed it, but not at all. Because that's very important. That's important. So now we go back to Armand, where he's still trying to get his apology out of Louis, which is just, I'm sorry, Louis is wasting away. His body don't work no more. So they start using that telepathy thing. You know, he explains, I'm sorry because I know through what you went through and all this stuff. So here is where I want to talk about Armand, because I have a lot of different feelings about Armand. I actually am very empathetic when it comes to Armand. I know everybody right now is very upset with Armand and feel like, oh, he should go to hell. But Armand has had a tragic life. So Armand was born as Andre. We're going to stick to first names around here. But his original human name was Andre. He was born in 1480. And, you know, he was very religious. He used to paint very religious paintings of saints and all that stuff. He was very gifted as a painter. So he was kidnapped by the Tartars, who kidnapped him and sold him to a brothel. A Venetian brothel. At this brothel, he was essayed left and right. But then he wouldn't like perform or paint for him, so they ended up locking him in a dungeon forever. I mean, for years, so long where he forgot what sunlight looked like before he became a vampire. While he was in that dungeon, he started starving himself and wouldn't eat or drink because he was like, you know what, I'm gonna just take myself out. I don't have time for this. Y'all are beating me severely, SAing me severely and brutally. So I'm gonna just stop eating and drinking. He got beat so bad where he started losing all his memory, like his early childhood. He don't even remember no more because he had like got amnesia from all the beatings to the head. So then Marius come one day and he saved him. Now this is a regular thing Marius does. Would go to these brothels and save these boys. I hope he saved some girls. So he saved him, not just him, but he saved other boys too. And he gave Armand Andre at the time, a completely different life. He lived in a life of luxuries. Anything he wanted was right at his fingertips. You know, he taught him, he educated him, he taught him how to do everything, even though Armand did not paint. Again, he didn't remember why, because like I said, he lost a lot of his memories. But he just knew when he picked up a brush, he could have threw up. They did become lovers, yes they did, you know. Marius, even though he liked the boys, he liked the girls too, okay? And him and Armand was actually in love with the same woman. I think her name was Bianca or something, I don't know. But they was in love with the same woman for a long time. Marius ended up changing his name to Amadeo. And it means like God and light or something. It's something with God. He did want to give him the gift, but he wanted at that time to get older. He wanted him to get his frontal lobe going on, because he was 18, I think, at the time when he decided I'm gonna give him a gift. And he was like, he's too young, he needs to really live life as a human, really explore and experience things. So then one of Marius's enemies came. I think his name was Senito. He was like a lord or a general or something like that. Y'all forget, I was 14 and 15 when I read these books. So he came and he attacked Marius. He set him on fire. Marius was extremely burned badly. And he cut Armand with a blade. What was his name? Armando at the time? Armando? No, it was Amadeo. He cut Amadeo at the time with a blade that had poison on it. So Amadeo was dying. So Marius, even though Marius, there's so many different ways. You know, it's a French, Italian, Latin name. So you say a really different name. But Marius, he ended up changing him way early. So he was dying because Amadeo was dying, which is Armand. He was dying, so he changed him right then and there. But then he got kidnapped again. Senato, whatever the man name is, the Lord, the Marius, he the one that kidnapped Armand. Then the coven came along, and the coven, like, they was like a satanic coven. They believed in Satan and all of that, which is not really what vampires are about. If you think about it, they don't mention the devil too much in connection with vampires. He gave him to the coven, so then the coven beat him and tortured him because Armand was like, I am godly. Hello? Do you hear my name? Amadeo. I'm the Lord's son. So he was like, I can't be in this satanic coven. So he just said, no, I'm not going to do it. When I say Armand don't let people bully him, you can beat and torture this man. He is all about it. Like, he going to stick to what he believe in until he just can't take it no more. After a while, he was like, you know what? I cannot get beaten and abused as a vampire. I just was beaten as abused forever as a human. Now I'm a vampire and I'm still getting beaten and abused by these vampires. I will be in the coven. So, you know, when Armand put his mind to something, he do it well. So he did so well in the coven, they made him leader in the coven. So once he got in the coven, he was like, I can't be Amadeo no more. I gotta change my name because that means God and y'all worship the devil. So then he switched it up, flipped it, recycled it, and was like, you know what, I'm gonna just be Armand. And he's been Armand ever since. But when you read the details and read, I mean, it's such a bad life. It's such a hard life. I'm shocked he's still standing. You know, hurt people. They really do. And then after that, Lestat came to town, and you know, Lestat all beautiful and fine, so Armand all beautiful and fine, so they link up, and Lestat convinced him to join the theater company, and then that's when the interview with the vampire kind of kick off at, where y'all see kind of the first season and stuff, and the second season, because they backtrack. I feel like his life is worse than Lestat's, because Lestat had a horrible life too, but Armand, I mean, that man got beat and starved himself and sexually assaulted. Just too much going on. Human and vampire. Like, come on, help me. Somebody save me, Lord. It's just too much. So I feel like Armand got a lot of pain. And he an old vampire. You know, I don't see Armand as being a bad guy because he doesn't want the great conversion to happen because it's reckless. You turning your food supply into vampires. Where's the food gonna come from? You need, like they said, it's more vampires being turned, more deaths than births now. Like, make it make sense. And then you breaking all these rules. Armand is over 500 years old. He's older than Lestat. Do have a little soft spot for Armand. I don't know how I feel about him right now. Armand leaves, but he marked his territory before he leaves, child. So Louis is forever his. Now we back at the table of horrors, and I just don't care no more. Like, I'm tired. Lestat start being all traumatic, but he playing. I got you. He playing. No, he get up and be like, y'all fools. Okay? And so now I show him at a fake concert. Okay, this is not the concert. I'm very irritated right now. One of the greatest things was Louis' brother coming. I was so, like, I love to see things from the book. Now, from my understanding, when Lestat saw Louis' brother, Lestat was dying. I could have swore in the book. And it wasn't in this book. So I feel like they already said they took stuff from other books and later books and put them in the show. So I feel like this was one of them because it's been a long time since I've read it. But from my understanding, when he saw Louis' brother, he was dying. So I guess they was like, you know what, we just gonna snatch this and put this right here. But I might be wrong. I may be wrong. Like I said, it's been a really long time. But anyway, but it was really nice to see him. And basically, Louis' brother told him, like, look, Louis really did love you, and, you know, I ain't mad at y'all. I wish you was a woman, but you ain't, and whatever. You good with me, I'm good with you. And they kept it moving. And then he went back to it. You know, he said it ain't that much to get in there. So I was like, really? I'm playing. He's so emotional at the end. Like, Lestat is like the most dramatic drama queen, super emotional vampire I ever met in my life. But that's why I love him. That really is. They could have kept that whole concert, that whole fake concert. They could have kept it. The best part about that concert, outside of Louis' brother, was when Lestat said, fuck that song. He said that song, It's only worth to wash your car too. I was like, I disagree, sir. I don't want to hear that song either. I'm not a fan of the song. I'm really not. I'm not a fan of the song. Are y'all a fan of the song? I agree with him. Fuck that song. It's coming out. I saw these vampires. They say like 50,000 vampires or whatever. But y'all have to remember, half of those vampires is coming to kill Lestat. I don't know if I just ruined it for some of y'all, but this book is 1,000 years old, so I don't want to hear it. Half of them is coming to kill him, so they not on, most of them ain't on his side. These are very old vampires. The only people that's excited about this concert genuinely are the baby ones, are the newborns. Them ancient ones, it's like, oh no, he tripping. He been tripping. We gotta go handle him immediately. This great conversion cannot happen. I'm not gonna act like that concert will suffice. Y'all not gonna play in my face like that and give me this fake baby concert and make me happy about no. I'm sorry. And then on top of that, we all know Akasha is woken up by the concert. Like that's what really wakes her up. I don't care, y'all. I mean, the book is, like I said, the book 2,000 years old. Okay, so we just miss all that. And I know we're not going to miss it. I already know what's going to happen. The fourth season going to come. They're going to rename the Queen of the Dam. And then they probably going to backtrack and start with the concert. How is that helping me right now? Like, I mean, but I'm better now. I don't get to see the concert either. That is not a concert, sir. You didn't barely sing a song, okay? You cried a little bit. You said hello to everyone, and you sat there with Louis' brother and you cried a little, and that was it. That was not a concert. You didn't sing one song, sir. Then I wake up to destruction. So all the men dead? Are all the men gone? I mean, it looked like everybody gone. She always says she want to kill 90% of men, like she wasn't gonna kill all the women too. Where are the women? I felt like y'all baited like a snack, but that's what it felt like. It felt like y'all dangled stuff in my face and then played in my face, and I was just like, I could have had a V8. What happened here? Like, the build up was so great, just to like, that was not cute. That was not cute, and I was very disappointed. But I'm processing. They just gonna keep giving Louis life in these shows. I swear, I don't even think he was barely in the Vampire Lestat books, and I don't think he was in the Queen of the Dam books at all. I can't remember reading Louis one time, but y'all gonna keep this man around. That's okay. Keep him employed. Keep my boy employed. What's his name? Jacob. And he not bad to look at, so I'm fine with it. Even though Louis get on my nerves, he do. He really do. He did back then in the books too. Okay, even Brad Pitt fine ass got on my nerves. He get on my nerves, but I still love him. I love him. But he opened the doors, the world is in shambles. She didn't destroy the world. Akasha done came, she done left. She probably in the back sleep. I don't know. Anyway, because she's still there. She is still there. That's the finale. So, this is my first, video I made, which is the finale. But I am going to put 1 through 6 out. I had a lot of things going on. I'm just really starting to start up this channel and get things flowing. And the finale came and I wanted to catch the finale. So I'm gonna put 1 through 6. If you enjoyed this, please watch. I always have little nuggets and tidbits from the book that I can share or compare. So if you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe. Put a comment down below and tell me what you think and give me your thoughts. And if you know anything about the book that I might have got wrong or left out or whatever, because I feel like all us book readers be annoyed on some level in this show. Some level of time we be like, what's going on? So like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.